Hey, CFMA, this is Gregg Schoppmann with FMI. I'm here to talk to you today about what KPIs you should be tracking and measuring, and more importantly, what are those KPIs that should be on your dashboard? KPIs, the metrics, the key performance indicators to tell you, are you doing the right things for your business? For me to tell you what KPIs should be on your dashboard, that would be somewhat challenging because first and foremost, your strategy should be telling you what things you should be measuring. Obviously, some of the basics like profitability, collections, safety, those are some of the basics that we should have as a foundation for all of the things that we should have for all businesses. However, when you start to think about what I would call the expanded library of metrics, one of the big things we have to think about are upstream and downstream KPIs. Upstream are fancy words for behavioral changes that have to take place. What behaviors are you trying to measure and drive that are right for your strategy? For instance, are you measuring the right things to drive the right behaviors? For instance, like pre-construction planning, short interval planning, safety talks, training in general. Those are the things that will drive the right downstream outcomes. Downstream outcomes are the profitability, the incident rate, which is hopefully zero, all the things that we want to see. A great example that I like to use often is me stepping on the scale. I can step on the scale. If I'm not exercising or eating right or tracking those things, I might not want to step on the scale. The point is, you measure the upstream to get the downstream result. Now, how many should you be tracking? All too often, businesses are tracking way too many things. We want to make sure we're keeping this list manageable. Those right 5 to 7 things, those right 5 to 7 upstream behaviors, and those right 5 to 7 downstream metrics that all tie back to our strategy. So if we're trying to penetrate new markets, if we are trying to determine how strong our customer relationships are, we should be measuring those things. But once again, what are we doing to get into those specific markets? What are we doing to get the happy client interactions? Once again, you have to have both in order to be successful. And I think that's where many organizations go sideways. We solely focus on the downstream results, i.e., the profit, the safety, all of which that are great. But we have to focus on what we're eating and are we exercising, folks? So think about your strategy. What does that look like long term? Are you measuring that? Those should be the KPIs that should become the foundation. Then be thinking about the right behaviors and then the right downstream that marry together. And then most importantly, constantly provide that scoreboard to your team so those things will drive the right behaviors throughout the entire team, and it starts to resonate throughout. I hope this has been helpful for you. Hopefully you'll be tracking the right things, and most importantly, be exercising and dieting accordingly. In the meantime, have a great day.